sales, the Cyber Monday sales. It's just another avenue for us to talk to people. But we really need to get engagement up in United by Nature or in any of our other groups. Like Mel, I know you guys are doing whole life wellness. That would be like a good thing to go in there and get engagement up. Silly things like Heather posted the other day, do an oil with your name. Guys, there was like 200 comments on there. That's crazy. Like, we'll put all this like great content. We think we're teaching you all this stuff, and there's no comments. And then you put like, tell us your favorite gift or write your favorite oil, and we get a ton of comments. But it's when we have all those comments and all that engagement that people see what's going on. So if you go into, say, United by Nature, and you make comments on posts in there, your friends and family are going to see that you're, I mean, if they're in the group, they're going to see that you're posting on there. Where if you don't, they're not necessarily going to see all the posts. So if you see something, even if you're not really that interested in it, post that you think someone else in your circle might be, post on it, because it's going to boost it to them and they're going to see it. But if we only have a couple people commenting on stuff here and there, then it's just an issue with groups. Like, it's across the board right now on Facebook. Everybody's dealing with it. Facebook is probably eventually going to go to where you have to pay for groups or somehow charge for businesses to use them. But the more engagement we get up, so we're just going to put up a bunch of silly posts for the next few days, like your favorite movie, hot chocolate or apple cider, like all those things, because everybody wants to comment on those. So if you can get in there, comment, it's going to make everybody see the Black Friday sales.
Yeah. It's just going to boost everything and keep the content moving. I think I have it recording now. So yeah, okay. It's not showing any bar on mine, but when you do that, like, there's been 2 or 3 posts on there that I'm like, this is amazing content. This is awesome. I just had this amazing idea, and I get like 3 likes, and I'm like, I just poured my heart out. Like, this was like, I thought a genius post. I spent 20 minutes on graphic. The other one, you know, like Trish said, it's like, tell me an oil. It starts with your first name, you know, and it's like, boom, 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 boom. I'm like, okay. But it's to create that engagement so that people see the post. And this, well, that was Rubber Band. And Black Friday is traditionally the biggest sales. But if we don't have people seeing it, they're not going to buy it. And we get it. There's a lot of people not on Facebook. I'll probably do like an email, but Young Living is going to do an email. Hopefully, we got to make sure, and this might be a good thing we have to promote too, that that text number that comes on here, that Young Living has set up, that you sign up that you're going to receive text, and they'll send the notification too. So we might want to do another post on that just to remind people about it. But, you know, we've been talking about different, I remember last year, and I kind of remember, and I swear it was for Black Friday, but maybe I'm completely wrong. But doing raffles, like anybody who orders based on this level, you get this many tickets. And then we have like a basket of stuff. Like, this is, you know, ticket number 1 or prize number 1, and we're going to pull a winner out, kind of thing like that. And it's just like to reward people. It's just fun. Some of it might be stuff you can't even buy. Some of it might be cool oils or a little bit of ylang that you can't buy or something like that. But you know, we want to reward everybody and make it fun, but at the same time, it's like these sales, we have to make sure everybody understands, like, most people want to order 1 order a month, which is awesome because that's your ER, you get all your rewards and all that. But you can do that second order on quick order and still earn the promos, which I'm finding out people don't know they can do that. Back in the day, it used to be we could do 5 of those a month. Now we can do 1 ER, 1 quick order. But they'll never be able to keep that many promo items around anymore. But letting people know that they can do that, and letting them know, like, November is that month where you save all the money. And, you know, talking to people, because basically, like Trish said, we don't know what's going to be for sale. We have no idea. Alina doesn't even know. We're kind of seeing that link that we just posted, like they showed a lavender and a peppermint. So it's kind of like the everyday basics. Those are definitely almost always in there, you know, the ones you use a lot of. But, you know, usually it's a good chunk, a 10, 15, or 20% off. And we have to remember that, tell everybody, it's usually the letter D after an item number. That means discount. And that means it's a discounted price. And some people stop ordering because they don't see the percentage off, or there isn't a percentage taken off at the end or whatever. And they get confused and then they just stop, right? A confused mind says no. So educating throughout that, like maybe this week will be the week that we do something like that. We talk about the D. We talk about some of our basic everydays, or even talk a little bit more about stuff that's in the kit. But you know, trying to just build engagement in the group so people know to come in and see the promos, because that's going to be the hardest part. And, you know, we were exposed to a different way, you know, using Messenger to get the word out to people. But honestly, like our notes, and we haven't figured it out. You know, we tried, and, you know, it was going to.
I am really excited. Megan, who just joined us, she did social media, like that's what she does, marketing, and she's familiar with ManyChat.
Yeah.
So I got to get together with her.
Yeah.
We got to figure this out. Yeah. So that might be a possibility. It's just probably not going to happen before Black Friday, but that might be a new way to help get that out.
Yeah.
So basically, Heather's talking about that we're working on. We're not making any promises for Black Friday, but what we'll do is we'll create a link, and then that'll be an opt-in. So then anytime there's a promo, there's something we want to show you, if you've opted in with that link, it'll go directly to your messenger and then you don't miss it. The amazing thing about that is that everyone's going to get it, because so many times, like, we watch our posts in the group and like a fraction of the people who are actually in the group are seeing it.
Yeah. So they might want business or product or sales or whatever they want to opt in for. It's kind of like we're all old enough to remember DOS, you know, when you had to do DOS programming on the computer and stuff like that, like back in the day. And it's kind of like, if this, then that, if this, then that. So it's like this very complicated thing. We had, 2-hour training on it, and we were like,
yeah. But Megan knew exactly what it was when I said, she was like, oh, ManyChat, I know what that is. So
good. Maybe she knows how to use it.
I think she can help us out. I think I can definitely sit down with her. It's just that she has a little one, and great, like, I don't know if we can get it done by Black Friday, but that's what we're working on. So we're constantly working on new ways to help get information out to you. What are you guys doing for your teams? What are you thinking that is going to be helpful to get Black Friday?
Can't hear you. Mel, you're blocked.
I'm blocked?
No. I thought Melanie started talking, but maybe not. No, okay. I saw your head move.
My next question is, how would you want to hear about, like, what's best for you? Is it best in the groups? Does a text message annoy you? Would you like a text message? Like email? Do you guys even check your email? I honestly am really bad at doing that. Like, what's the best way for you? Messenger? What is the best way do you feel like it would get to you fastest?
Like, you guys know to jump on United or jump on Oily info, but does everybody on your team know to do that? Like, I know 6 o'clock when my dogs eat, I'm like feeding them and on my phone trying to figure out what the sale's going to be, you know, like we have to instill that in everybody in the team, because I was looking at my numbers for the team last year, and I'll double check, but I think we did like $10,000 in sales in one day. So it's a big deal. Like, if you're doing this as a business, it's a big deal. But just doing it as a consumer, traditionally Black Friday, everybody's wallet's open. Like, they're just spending. And you want to tap into that and make sure they know to come back here. Is that me making all that noise?
I don't know. Mel, did you have something to say? Are you unmuted?
I am muted. You probably hear the dog in the background. Sorry.
No, it was like a clicking.
Since you're unmuted, I'm putting you on the spot. Like, what do you think is the best way to do it? Do you think?
I like text, because then I won't miss it. Because with, like you said, with the Facebook stuff, you have a chance of missing everything. But like, I get those Young Living texts, and I like them. I mean, because I know I would
need to do that.
Because then it'll still show as notification, even if you don't open it right away, and you can always go back to it. So
that's really good feedback, because as a leader, and I know Heather's felt this way too, like using Project Broadcast, which is something that you can text out to a large group at a time.
Hey, there's.
Can you add in? Of course you can. That's why you're here. We want to hear from you.
Hey, I just want to say what Christy and I talked about today, and I don't know anything. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we have like a yellow blank page.
Hi, I'm Christy. tonight.
Christy.
I want Christy and I discussed this today. Actually, like, what are we going to do? What's our plan going forward? One of the things we're going to do is a Zoom like this now because I think this is awesome. But she's definitely going to use Project Broadcast and go out to our team. There's certain people that said I don't want that, like y'all are saying. But we're going to hit people with Project Broadcast. We're going to hit them with emails, the people who don't want Project Broadcast. That's one of the things that's actually, Project Broadcast has been working, and I don't know anything about it, so don't ask me any questions. But if Christy, if any of y'all are using that, it's been working pretty well for her.
Yeah, I've been using Get Oiling, which is how I use this too. Like, it has something like Project Broadcast. It's a little bit different, not quite as in-depth as Project Broadcast, which I think is awesome. But again, some people are like, who are you and why are you sending me this? And I personally like to stick with my personally enrolled for that. But at the same time, I feel like my personally enrolled, I can text them or I can send them a message and they're cool with it. They don't get mad. But honestly, we want to tap into the people that have no support, so it's like, I can hit up my people, but I need to figure out a way to get it across. I'm thinking sending something out now, making sure everybody signs up for the free Young Living text service. Hey, you guys know Young Living does this awesome. They send you 3 texts or 4 texts a week. It's really not a big deal. If it's nothing that you're interested in, you just scroll past it kind of thing. But this way here, because we've already had 2 or 3 promotions in November. So it's just another tool to get the word out there that as leaders, we don't have to be doing such hands-on and trying to figure out. Plus,
I think it comes across different too when it's from Young Living, because I've run into the same thing too, and it's really good for me to hear that feedback from you, Mel, because I can send out 100 texts, and that one person who sends me back the negative text, it stings. It still stings this far into the game, that. Who are you? Why are you doing this? And a way that I
have a kid.
Yeah, I already have a kid. So-and-so is my person. The thing that bothers me the most is I feel like I'm trying to steal them, and I'm not. I'm just trying to help them. So I always, I try to say I'm part of your Young Living team. I'm just passing some information along. I'm here to help you. I in the actual message, I've been trying to get explain who I am a little bit more. I find that it goes over a little bit better. And when I do get those messages back, instead of being defensive, I'll just be like, oh yeah, I know so-and-so. I'm just helping her out. I just want you to know that I'm here too. I won't be sending you a lot of messages. I find I gotta get my head in the right place when I do that. But you don't need, I see some of you guys on here, you don't have a team of 2,000. You've got a smaller team. So it's worth it to set aside the 10 minutes on Black Friday and whatever we put out or whatever we do, just send a quick, you can send an email. I don't really like Project Broadcast because I don't I'd rather do my thing and just send a bunch of emails out. It's just easier for me. I'll target one leg at a time, do an hour, and then Project Broadcast is great. I just have not set it up the way I want it set up yet. But I mean, you can do it, especially with a smaller group. Or if you're just doing your personally enrolled, that's not such a massive, or if you're just doing the ones that aren't on Facebook. And the other piece that I want you to think about, when I get that 40% off from Kohl's or Old Navy or Macy's or Dick's is another big one I'm always watching for because I get a lot of spots fishing and stuff for Christmas. I'm not upset about those. I'm excited and I'm waiting for those on Black Friday. I want to know. It's how we all run out on Thanksgiving Day and we go, now people shop Black Friday and Thanksgiving Day, but how we all have the newspaper.
The only day I want the newspaper.
Yeah, I never buy the newspaper. And on Black Friday, I always buy it to get all the ads, and we'll sit after Thanksgiving, my sister and I, and we'll go through is it worth going out? Is it not worth going out? What are we getting online? So people are waiting for that, so they're just in a different mindset. So we're giving them, it's customer service, it's not sales. It's going back to helping them. It's customer service, because how many of us love our oils? If I can get my oils cheaper, or I can get them at a discount, or I can get promos with them, that's good news to me.
Yeah.
And you got to think okay, people are going crazy over, I don't even know what, TVs and fighting and like the new hottest toy and Tickle Me Elmo. Like, I know that's a long time ago, but like all of those things. And we have stuff that everybody loves. Like, we're a company where everybody wants tons of inventory. I don't know one person who does this as a business who would give up buying it if the business disappeared the next day. So we love our oils. We want our oils. We want more. You got to remember that's the audience that you're talking to, and they're waiting for these sales. And if like we're leaders, so we're plugged in, like what's going on Facebook, what can we do? Because we use that as a primary tool for our business. But most people jump on for 5 minutes a day, and if it's not there and there's stuff that they're scrolling. The other thing that's really easy for you to do, so if you go on and you see either Alina's going to be posting stuff in her group, we'll be posting stuff in our group, but just tag someone. If you're like, hey, I know so-and-so would be interested in this, tag them, tag 2 or 3 people. Michelle and I did that in our member celebration today. So that was, and we'll probably do this in the group, so I want you to watch for it. But we just said, say where you're from and tag 3 people that you invited or who might be interested in this. And that very quickly gets it popping up in their news feed, and then they know what's going on. But really, I just want you to remember that it's customer service that we're providing. Like, we are all going crazy to get that newspaper. Everybody wants to know what the Young Living deal is too. Don't make it really hard for them to find, because like Heather said, a confused mind says no.
Yeah, and just keep it simple. I mean, you know, I wish there was a way that we could find out everything beforehand and get it in everybody's hands, but that's not how it works with Young Living. It's literally, the sale is, I don't even think it's a 24-hour sale. It's like, you know, a AM to midnight sale. You know, I don't think sometimes it's 20.
And it's Mountain Standard Time too, so always remember we're on Mountain Standard Time, which means it doesn't happen for us until 10.
Yeah. So we're just going to know. I mean, Oily Tools is going to tell us when it goes live, right? So we're going to see all the D's pop up. We're going to see, and I think that's why Oily Tools is going a little crazy right now. Maybe they're testing some things. I'm not sure, but we've all seen the Copaiba vanilla shampoo in and out of stock 473 times in the last 24 hours. So, something's going on. We know when this stuff happens, something's going on. But if we can just give people a tool to be like, this is what we're doing, this is what we're waiting for, and just build it up, because nobody wants to miss this sale. This is like stock up time, you know, like for like Trish was saying, we're one of the few companies on the planet that if the company dissolved tomorrow, we'd all be like, we need more product. Like, we want our products. We're not going to be like, oh, we got an excess amount of leggings that we need to sell them off, or how much jewelry do I really need, or how many bags do I really need. We actually consume the products that we have in an inventory. It's really hard for us to take product out of our own inventory and give it away or sell it to somebody. Like, I can do it, but it takes courage, you know. I'm like, but I only have 5.
The presents that I've ordered, I don't really want to give them anymore. I'm like, oh, I could go get something at the store and keep this.
Right? Exactly. So, you know, it's just one of those things that there's just so many benefits to this sale that no matter what level you're at, whether you started yesterday or you've been in the company for 15 years, there's so many good things. So it's definitely to their advantage. Drew, just talk to us. Stop typing. His OGB jumped. Drew's cross-lined to us. So Drew's in Florida, but really good friends with us. So, you know, him and Christy did a talk for us. It was a while ago, and I never took him off our group, so I kind of like adopted him, and he can stay on with us.
I asked if I could be here tonight because
he asked, but
we're always. I'll tell you another thing that I heard the other night from across line. Another friend we just made. She. Do you want me to put my face on here? You don't need to see my face, right?
I don't want to talk to us.
You don't want to talk to Christy? Come on.
I do.
So a new friend that we made. You know how I am, always trying to make friends, networking. She's actually using the Advent calendar as part of her drawing, where you were talking about the, you know, giving away so many tickets for this and that, and she's going to be pulling days and things like that, and then she's even going to roll the rest of it into December.
Oh,
and because she has an account, her husband has an account, they bought one for themselves, they bought one to do for their team. Just another idea that I thought was really cool.
Yeah, it is cool. I don't want to part with it.
Well, Kevin can get one too, right?
I'd be like, but
You would part with it. Come on.
oh my God, so funny. Oh, just a heads up. If you do hear of any boxes in the advent calendar missing, call customer service. If you have problems, come into us, okay? Because there has been a few people that are holding off to open it. Just ask them to just open it and stick their hand in and make sure there's something in each box. There have been, and I don't want to just spread it all over Facebook, but there have been some missing parts. Mine just came today completely intact, but a few people, I'm like, just stick your hand in and check. And if something's missing, call and say box number 3 is missing. If they say or give you a really hard time, just let us know and we'll call leadership.
I wasn't even going to open it because then I'm tempted to open it completely.
Yeah.
Right. There's no way I would.
What's in there? She watched Alina's video, and I was like, "Dude, you already know this was supposed to be a fan." I gave her the. I'm not the one that has to peek, you know.
Just stick your hand in there and just make sure there's something. So I had to open it with Kevin on FaceTime, and I couldn't look. I had to stick my hand and make sure there's something in each one.
I'll add in one more thing. And people may have already talked about it, but also be conscious and telling people that shipping, sometimes shipping, we have issues with it. In case y'all don't know that, and with these huge sales like this, that is pretty, especially down here in Florida. I don't know about the rest of you where you are, but for whatever reason, our specific area, sometimes the shipping goes awry. And just tell people, that maybe they need to be prepared for that. I don't know.
Because so many people are going to be ordering in such a short amount of time that it just bottlenecks. So, you may just expect a 2-day thing that you've normally been doing. It might be a week.
Well, what happened last time is they didn't have enough trucks. Or FedEx didn't have enough trucks.
Yes.
To get all the products. So Young Living had it all waiting. And the FedEx trucks were full, but they weren't able to send enough FedEx trucks to Young Living. So sometimes it's out of our hand. It's a FedEx issue. It's not even a Young Living issue. But I think YLGO, this is a great time, too, to educate people about YLGO. That is so, we broke FedEx. It's such a good time to educate people about YLGO. If you have it, you know how easy it is. I don't know anybody that doesn't have Amazon Prime. It's just, I don't know. Maybe it's just because
we're addicted.
I don't know. That's how I do everything. This morning I realized that Grace didn't have winter boots. Total mom fail. I thought her boots from last year still fit because I bought them a size bigger. They didn't. So we wore rain boots with lots of socks to play in the snow. But what did I do? I immediately got on Amazon Prime and I'm getting the boots tomorrow. I ordered her brand new boots. I didn't have to go to the store. I didn't have to go out in the snow. And I'm getting them in 2 days, so I don't have to worry about that. If you're doing the YLGO Plus, to me, that is so, I'm running out of conditioner and I didn't realize it. So it's no big deal. Before I used to be like, oh, I'm just going to wait for my order. I'll figure this out. Now I just
order.
Now I just order it because it's coming in 2 days. It's just, for me, it's just peace of mind. That convenience is so worth it.
Yep.
And I think it's totally worth it's the same price as Prime. It's totally worth it. Because I know if I went to Walmart, I would be spending probably an hour trying to find something that might be okay. Maybe they have Shea Moisture there or something that I would possibly consider using for a day or two. But it would take me forever, and I would come home with probably $50 worth of stuff that I didn't need. And that's why I love Amazon Prime, because I just get on and I get what I need, and I don't have to worry about anything else. So it's the same thing with YLGO. So really educate people. It's just like when we talk about the Target card, we get 5% back on the Target card. With Young Living, we're getting 25% back on Essential Rewards. So this week is a really good time to just educate everybody about all that stuff. Please don't write on that. That's a permanent marker. Thank you.
And I'm finding that a lot of people, my personally enrolled that I've been meeting up with and talking, I'm like, are you on Go? And no matter how much we post about it, they say no, because I don't really understand it. And that just is because in that 3 seconds that they're looking, it doesn't connect with them exactly. But when you tell them and you're like, just go online, click this, and this is why you need that. And they're like, oh, that makes total sense. Why didn't I see that? And I'm like, I don't know. So, it is a good time to think about jumping on, finding a list of all your personally enrolled and reaching out, making a connection somehow, you know, like you can run your back office, but just make that personal connection and say, hey, just want to make sure you know Black Friday is coming up. You know, I got you started. I promised I would keep you in the loop. And my job is, I always tell my person enrolled, my job is to save you money. And my job is to make sure you get everything that you want. So my job is to make sure that you're going to save money on the products that you want on Black Friday and Cyber Monday. Last year, Cyber Monday was just free shipping, I think. So I don't know if that's going to hold true this year or not. Who knows? But with Go, I can't imagine that's going to be a promo because we're hoping to get everybody on that anyways. But checking in, it's a good time to check in with everybody and kind of checking in with your leaders and be like, hey, it's a good week to check in. Like I have a whole team in Florida that may or may not even know what's going on. So it's like, all right, let's see if I can tap in. Let's see if I can check, run a list, check and see who you can. It's a busy week, you know? So when people say, oh, you know, it's a holiday week, I work. I work this week. I'm not going to work on Thanksgiving and send all kinds of crazy messages, but I may check in with my personally enrolled and be like, hey, happy Thanksgiving. I'm so excited for Black Friday tomorrow. Do you want me to text you? Easy peasy, you know, I'm going to keep it short and sweet. So
the other thing too is this is a really, I mean, I know we are in a short period of time right now, but it's a great time to do a make and take class. So if you're into that and you want to meet up personally, there are so many make and takes that you can do for Christmas that are so simple and easy. My favorite is like throwing together Epsom salts and a few different oils and letting people play. But if you wanted to put together an impromptu class, like just like a fun thing for a couple of your girlfriends, it's a great, like to really explain those things, like why I'll go, get them set up on Essential Rewards, like connect on every single level that you can, but especially this time of year, like it's such a make and take DIY time. There's so many different options from doing the Epsom salts to lip scrubs, or I don't know if you have seen the 3 little dryer balls that you make into a snowman, like so many simple, easy things that you can do and just throw it together last minute. It's not hard. You can go to Rite Aid and get Epsom. Heather, did you make a snowman today?
My snowblower shot snowman right out of the tube because it was so packed. Big snowman chunks just came out and I could have stacked them up high. I almost did, Grace.
Yeah.
Yeah. Friggy likes the snow. You're going to have to come play with them.
You know.
Yeah. No.
So the other thing I'm doing, this is really labor intensive and I don't really like to do labor intensive stuff or mailers, but for a few people, I think I got like 30 of these. They're just like little wooden ornaments. They're so light. They were like, I don't know, inexpensive. I bought them in bulk. Yeah. I bought them in bulk at on Amazon. And I'm sending out a card and I'm just sticking like a few different like ideas for teachers, ideas for gifts, like different DIY things on a flyer. On the bottom, I'm writing, don't forget Black Friday and Cyber Monday. It's just about making as many points of contact as you can. And I'm not sending them out to my whole team by any means, but I'm just sending them out like 30 of them out of 2,000, almost 2,000 people. So, but that's 30 more people. And I think sometimes we get a little bit overwhelmed. We're like, everybody needs to know, and everybody does need to know, but not, you can make a huge impact in your team and a huge boost in volume with a small amount of people.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, you, especially with the promos this month at the 300 and 400 level, like you're looking at a volume, you know, 4, 8, 12, you know, like easy, fast, just because of that the higher Unity oil in there that you can't buy. And, you know, maybe you want to talk to your personally enrolled and say, hey, you know, if you hit that promo level, maybe gift them something, or you don't even have to tell them, but be like, you know, maybe you have rose oil at home and you have a friend that's wanting rose so bad. So make a roller ball with 2 drops of rose in it and some V6 and a roller top and gift that to them as a thank you. Being like, you know, I started a mailer and I've been trying to commit to 10 a week of these little thanks recipes. And then I send a little a mailer and I have like a little tin with some samples and stuff in there, and it's like a cough drop and a piece of the charcoal soap and stuff like that. But it's just like, hey, thanks for hanging out with me this long, you know, even if they've never ordered since the day they started, it's still like, hey, thanks for being on this journey with me. It may inspire them to order something, it may not, you know, but at the same time, here's some recipes, here's some rollerball recipes, drop them in the mail, cost a couple bucks. but you're investing in your team. You think your car salesman, maybe for 5 years he kept in touch with you by sending you a holiday catalog or a little those little calendars that you stick on the fridge or something like that. They want their name to be the name you think of, and I can say, I was telling Drew about this. I spoke to a girl I went to high school with that I've never seen or spoken to since I left high school, but we're friends on Facebook. And she reached out to me this week saying, I want to know more about oils. I don't know anybody who does Young Living. I heard they're the best. So the only person I could think of was you. And I'm like, cool. So that's what it is, they need to see you. They got to make that connection. Even though she's not ready to buy yet, she will be, but we made a connection. We talked, we reconnected, we shared a story. And I was like, didn't you have a crazy dog when we were growing up? I think I went to her house once, so here I'm trying to remember when I was like 12, any little thing I can remember. And she's like, we had a dog, but it wasn't crazy. I'm like, I don't know. Could be anything. But at the same time, it's like you have to make some kind of connection, but you have to stand out. If you're not talking about oils, but if you're talking about oils in a promoting kind of way, then it gets all weird and stuff like that. And we're not salesmen, but share your story.
But it's okay to share on your personal page.
What was that? I was talking too much.
It's okay to share on your personal page.
Absolutely.
Okay. It's not okay to post a graph on Black Friday. It's okay to post a graphic if that's what you want to do. That's okay on Black Friday. But it's going to be way more effective if you share a personal picture and tell a story that's going to connect with someone.
People buy stories, not sales.
Yeah, because they want to know what you're doing with it. I can't remember, who were we talking to the other? When I was at the Epic event, and she was like, lavender, it's purple. Do you want the purple bottle of lavender? Here's a purple bottle of lavender. Nobody wants that. What are you talking about? I don't want a purple, but if you say, oh my goodness, my kid wouldn't go to sleep, and we put some lavender on their feet, and they went to sleep, and we had a peaceful night, and I got my first night's rest.
End of story.
Yeah. And so if you give them that story, they're like, hey, I want that too. I need to sleep. Or my dog was crazy, and we added a little lavender. Or we had a thunder, the snow. Sam was barking at snow all night last night. I don't know why. It wasn't making noise. I don't know. It was just standing at the window barking at the snow. So peace and calming calmed him down. Share your stories, because that's what they're going to relate to, because that's what people can relate to. They can relate to life. If you're just like, lavender, well, what do you want me to do with that lavender? Why do you like it? And invite people on a journey with you. So as you're doing this, talk to them about how getting the Black Friday deal, because it's not just for members. There'll be deals for other people. You know what I mean? It's not just exclusive. You can be a retail customer and still get some of the deals. I'm sure that's how it typically is. So invite them to come on the journey with you.
Yeah, and that's the big thing. Put it out there, but at the same time, like Trish said, it's a journey. It's not a sales thing. I mean, yeah, we're all salesmen because we have to communicate that to our teams and stuff, but we're not managers by no means. It is not our job to be responsible for everybody on our team, but it is our job to relay a message. And whether they choose to align with our message is completely up to them. I've never sold a kit in my life, and it's people are like, well, everybody in network marketing says that. And I'm like, but if you honestly believe it, it's true. I offer you the opportunity, and you can choose to take advantage of that or not. It's completely up to you, and I'm not offended either way. I'm totally okay if you say, no, it's not the right time. I'm totally okay if you say, I had a guy recently who was like, that's weird. And then within 5 minutes, he bought a kit. He smelled one oil and he bought a kit. And I was like, okay.
You never know. But the other, like Drew said, I just want to point this out because I'm not sure if everyone can read, but Drew said every person is connected to 30 people. I heard every person is connected to at least 2,000. Connected, truly connected, probably to 30 people. But
if you look at how many people are in your contact thing, there's way more. I was looking at mine the other day. I don't even know who some of the people are. No idea.
Yeah, I have some old coworkers in there that it took me a minute to figure out who they were. But so everybody's connected. But this is the other thing. Mel does an amazing job she's on right now, of sharing her kids' stuff and all the things she does. She makes it super personal. She does a great job keeping it compliant. The next piece, so you want to share just like that, but you need to make sure that you're letting them then know how to get oils from you. So I think that's a piece sometimes we miss. So make sure when you're sharing and you're sharing your products and you're doing all this, like that's really great. Something I like to do, like when I go on and I'm sharing, I don't know, like how to make an immunity roller. I'll put, okay, these are the oils I use. Like after, if I do a quick live video or whatever, however do it. And then you need rollers. Here's where to get them on Amazon. You need oils. Here's where to get them. And I have my Bitly link that's like my name that goes right to my virtual office. And I find it a little less salesy if I like put the rollers, put where you would get the spray bottles, and then this is how you get the oils. It's not like so in your face. It's like, I'm helping you, I'm getting you connected. But if you don't tell them how to get them, like my sister, see the performance? My sister was trying to help someone for like weeks. And then she went and bought her kit at a vendor event.
Uh-huh.
And then she came to my class, and then she learned everything from us, but she's not in our group. She's actually with Lori Higley.
Oh.
Yeah, but she just got them at a vendor event because she knew oils were great. She just had no idea where to get them because we said oils are great, oils are great, oils are great. This is my story. This is how I use them, but then didn't say, hey, you can get them from me. I can connect you. I have a referral link. So it's really important that you take that next step and that next piece. You're not being bold. You're just telling them this is how to get it. You don't feel bad when you're like, oh, I got this great thing at Target. Go to Target and get it. Don't feel bad about it. You just got to make sure you're closing and connecting that final piece.
And every industry does that, no matter what it is. You know, like if you sell cars, or if being a dog groomer, you know, if I met somebody in the park and I wanted to groom that dog, I'd be like, oh, what, you know, Fluffy's super, super cute. Oh, you need to nail trimming. Let me know. I'm grooming. I'm new in the area. I'm grooming. Let me know, you know, or if I was on Facebook, I'd be like, hey, let me know. So it doesn't have to be weird. Okay. It's only weird when you make it weird and you come off as being like, you know, buy your products from me. That's when it's like a little weird. But I also find one thing I like to do is when you're giving information, or you can say something like, friends don't let friends buy from box stores. Friends don't let friends buy oils from Amazon, or, you know how to find me, you know where I am, and stuff like that. I kind of like Trish, but I don't put my link, but I say, you know where I am. Like, you know how to find me. You can easily find me. Everybody can. Things like that. And it's just like dropping a little hint at the same time, but just kind of doing it a little different. Like for me, if I'm doing a sale or something, like a personal sale to get enrollments, because I got like so many people like hanging on the fence, you know, and I'm like, just come over to the other side, you know, like we will help you. And I've decided Small Business Saturday is going to be the day, and I never do this. Join with me today and get a $25 rebate or whatever I choose it to be. But I never do that. I don't want to be the person that at the end of every month is like, oh, join with me and I'll give you all the blah, 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 blah. And you do that enough times and it doesn't mean anything. It really doesn't, you know, like Young Living doesn't put their kits on sale all the time, but when they do, it's like, all right, let's do this kind of thing. And when we put our kits on sales for $16 off, and people go batshit nuts over that. And it's like, it's $16. I'll give you $16. You know, I got a couple people on the fence that I just said to them, they're out in Utah, and I was like, hey, just so you guys know, I'm going to be doing a sale on Saturday. Just kind of like another way to touch base with them, saying, hey, I'm going to do a sale on Saturday. I'm going to be at a vendor event all day. I may not be able to connect with you. So if you want to get started on Saturday, I'm giving a rebate. I just know they're not going to get started before Thanksgiving. They told me that straight out. So maybe that's their day. Maybe that's the thing, and the $20 is going to be there for them. So it depends on what you want to do for them, but make it special. Make that Small Business Saturday, because you are a small business. Use it, because people want to help support you if you do it the right way, I think.
The other thing too is you might see a lot of orphans. They're giving them to executives and above now. So I would
executives and silvers. Are silvers even getting them anymore?
I don't know.
I know. Oh, I'm sorry. So it's gold and down. So executive silvers and golds are getting them.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
they take them away from us.
So you just need to pay attention to that because they might be coming in.
Mhm.
And then if you don't pay attention, you can't move them quickly. So you have 5 days to move them. So be aware, go in, check, see who your new members are, because this is going to be a time a lot of people are promoting Grace Charlotte. A lot of people.
She's having her own parade, Trish.
Song for everybody. That's what she whispered to me. So they're gonna put them in, and if you don't see them, because people are gonna see Cyber Monday, Black Friday, Gracie. So, then
He's so good. He sleeps through it all.
Huh?
Sam sleeps through it all.
They're just gonna give them to you, and then you'll get them stuck on your front line, and you don't want a bunch of people on your front line. You want to be able to strategically place. I'm gonna mute myself.
Poor Grace. But that's so true. And usually what happens with that is, say they sign up on Thanksgiving or Black Friday, they usually don't end up showing in your downline viewer for a few days, and then it'll have a backdated thing. So it's okay to still email resolutions, I think, right? resolutions@youngliving.com and say, hey, it just showed up today. They signed up back on the 25th. I know today is the 29th and it's almost cut off, but they're usually pretty good. I've had people place underneath me even the following month, but it literally just showed up and it was like 10 days old, and they let you move. But you have to email resolutions. You cannot call that in. You cannot call that in. You get that 5-day window, and that's it. And after that, it's 20 or 30 days that they can email and do something. But yeah, this is the time of year when a lot of people just order their kits. I didn't even think about that, Trish. They order their kits just because they see it, or they saw a sale, or they see it in a magazine, or they see it on the Young Living page, because Young Living's doing promotions for us now. Like, they actually go out there and promote, and when people sign up without a sponsor, then they go into the orphan pool. So that's why there's so many more out there now. But you just have to support them.
I notice when I'm searching for other stuff, and I'm sure you guys notice this too, because you're so in Young Living, you'll see the Young Living pop-ups, and you'll see the ads, and you'll see all that stuff like in your Google searches.
Yep.
And those people are clicking on it, and Young Living is giving them to us. And then there's all those people out there who are talking about their stuff, but not telling people how to order through them, so they're getting lost in their orphans, and they may end up under you too.
Yep. And don't take it personal, because it happens. Like, I got people in my own town that signed up, and I've reached out, I've sent them stuff, I've texted, emailed, all that stuff. They never reply back, and they're probably like within a quarter of a mile of my house. I could go knock on their door, but they never replied. So I'm like, all right, well, they're not at that point. One day they may reach out and be like, hey, hi neighbor, kind of thing. But if they don't reply, it's okay. Just, you put it out there, let them decide what they want to do with it. But this is the time of year when people, they're ready to buy the kit, or they saw it, or they impulse buy it because they saw it. I mean, how many of us impulse buy because we're like, ooh, look at that, like Trish said, you go to Target or Kohl's or wherever, and you go in for one thing and you leave with like 7, and they're like, did you find everything you want? And I'm always like, and more, so, or I don't even get what I came in for, because I changed my mind and got 17 other things. So, but, key points, every item number usually has a D. That's huge. Discount already applied. You don't need to do it. So if it's Steve's and there's a 1, 2, 3, 4 and a 1, 2, 3, 4 D, grab the one with the D. That's what we have to get out there. Make sure everybody knows that, because if they grab the other one and then they complain, well, they grabbed the wrong one. Like, we can do our best, but unfortunately we can't do a lot about that kind of stuff. I think making sure everybody's on that, the YL text program is a really good idea. What else? Really engaging in all the posts in the team pages, be it your team page, our team page, Alina's. Like, make a point, even if it's get an extra 5 minutes, jump on one of the pages and just comment on stuff. And liking isn't.
When you comment on it, then it makes all of your friends in there see it. So, like, by you commenting on a post, it's like you're getting it out there to them without like being right in their face, because it's just going to come up in their stuff and they're going to see it. Mhm.
She's singing for us all. All right, see ya, Joe. Your girl's got to sing with us too.
All right, I think that's
Yeah, I think we covered everything, but don't you? Oh, you're muted now. Okay. Do you guys have any questions or any ideas or things that Linda, show your face? Things you guys want to talk about or anything? I thought we were going to get a whole bunch of people on the call. I guess not. So I want to talk with you guys. Input with you. Hi, Grace. Anything? Serena, anything? Nothing? That's it? We're good? Donna? Dogs got any input? They want extra chewies or anything like that? Yeah. Extra Copaiba for the age and joints. I'm hoping Copaiba's on sale. No joke. We need to stock up on that. It's that time of year.
You know,
Yes.
One thing, Heather, that when you were talking before about text messages, I like text messages, especially since I figured out how to put them in my contact list so that I know who they're from. Like the Young Living one comes up and says Young Living text because I put it in my contact list and labeled it that. Yep. Because other things that I've told people I want text from, and they'll send me this link and I'm like, who is that from? You know, so if I don't remember who it is, then I delete them. But
yeah,
but I like texts are much, you know, you don't miss texts like emails you really miss. Yeah. I miss so many of them because I get too many of them.
Yeah, I mean, I get a couple hundred a day and it's like delete. I don't even look at what they are. I just like quickly look at the name and I'm like, didn't see what that one was. Oh, well, you know, and I've missed like big important ones from my accountant. She's like, Heather, you didn't get back to me. I'm like, I did not see the email. I am so sorry, but I totally missed that one. So, you know, she knows now to text me after she emails me because I'm irresponsible, obviously, with my emails. So, but it's just because we're so desensitized to it. I mean, remember back with AOL when it first started, you got mail. We all felt so special. We got mail from somebody, right? Now it's like, oh, how many emails come rolling through, you know? So, I mean, it's probably, depending on where you're mailing things to, you can probably get it there in time, but it just really depends on where you're mailing things to. If you want to do a mailer or a postcard, be like thinking about you, you know, that kind of thing. But I just think it's super important. I mean, if you have a bigger team, reach out to the legs that don't have support, because that happens. But you're personally enrolled. You're just going to say, hey, I'm going to keep you in the loop, kind of thing. Be like, don't get mad at me. I'm going to tell you when the sales are, you know, like, because I'm a friend, I care. I want you to save money. Like, that's my big thing. I want you to save money. And if you can save 15% over wholesale, like, I'm all about that. I'm all about that. I mean, wholesale is a great price, but 15% or 20 or whatever it is, I'm even more about that. Even if it's 10%, that's more, like, that is way more than I would normally get anyways. So I'll take it. So I already have stuff in my cart, so I'm hoping things go on sale and I can take those out and put more things back in. So it's cool. Anything else? Who's over here? We got Linda. Linda, she never shows her face on these. Maybe we can call her out. Linda. No.
Now, I do have a question. When you guys were talking about the mini chat, is that through Messenger? Like, is that through Messenger? Yeah.
Yeah. So it's called a bot. B-O-T.
That's what I thought. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's an automated system.
I've heard of it.
Yeah. And I've asked a few people that are like, you know, Apple reps or very good in technology or like anime developers, and they're like, no idea, you know. So it's out there and people do know about it. It just depends on what aspect, but it is one of the few that's recognized by Facebook as, I don't know, safe or something. Facebook recognizes it and it's okay to use. They don't like block you or put you in jail and, you know, randomly just delete all your posts like they did to me one day. I was like, what did I do? Like, I don't even know what I did wrong. So who knows what's going to come of Facebook, you know? So hopefully nothing, because it's our lifeline.
And yeah. And I do like the text too, or Messenger.
Okay.
So.
Yeah. either those two are rarely open, you know, like people really do mostly receive it well, but it's also, like Trish said, it's like really hard when you get that one person like, who are you? Why are you reaching out to me? I'm with blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I know that's why I'm reaching out to you, because you're with blah, blah, blah. And that means blah, blah, blah is with me. And I want to make sure you know about it because she may not be doing this. So, and once you explain it, sometimes they're okay with it, usually. But sometimes, like, don't ever message me. And I don't take offense anymore. It's like I have to laugh and be like, okay, fine. Unblock, uncheck them, you know, like they're done. No more communication. We're good. So, oh, we lost Trish. Oh, there she's back. Kind of thing. So I just want to ask one question too. This month we didn't do the Ask Anything post because last month it was kind of like nothing happened. So curious if you guys miss it, if you've heard anything, if anybody even noticed that we didn't do it this month. Did you? Okay. You did? Yeah. Yeah.
I like
It's fun, right? So stuff like that, even if you know the answer to a question, like ask it because somebody else may not know the answer, and we just need a lot more engagement in the pages. And
just share a story. Like, even if you don't ask the question, share the story because someone might have the question and be afraid to ask it.
yeah, and that's so true. They're so afraid possibly to ask, and we're so always worried about compliant, and we're giving everybody the opportunity to be non-compliant. And they're like, is this real? I'm not sure.
You
So,
don't even know how to do it anymore.
the what?
Sometimes you don't even know how to say things like we're so used to it.
It's so funny, right? Like, I don't know how to talk non-compliantly anymore. I mean, I do, but, you know, but it's hard. Like, on social media, I like start typing and I'm like, I can't really say that, can I? You know, kind of thing. So maybe we'll pick that back up. We'll see maybe as the month goes on, maybe we'll do something. But, you know, I was kind of hoping somebody noticed and have been like, hey, where's our monthly? But that's the thing. Our community is silent. And we don't want silence. We want everybody to have a voice. And when you transfer that voice, even if it's in our group, it's going to transfer your voice out into the community. And that's kind of what we want, because we want you to have a voice that you can stand on when somebody asks you a question, or when somebody questions you on something. Like, you're not a deer in headlight. We want you to be confident and share and be, you know, like I always say, like when somebody questions me, my heels dig in and I'm ready. I'm ready for battle, but try to be it in the nicest way possible, unless you start with me. So, you know, I defend this company, like, I don't know, like what, something with claws, I guess.
The other thing too, like this month to be paying attention to is really talking about our Seed to Seal. So I think that's something we need to work on a little bit more in United by Nature and just in general, but be paying attention to that, because like when we walked into Walmart the other night, I don't know, but right in the front, it was all the Christmas stuff with all the essential oils. And Scott goes, oh, look, this is a nice diffuser. And it was like kind of a cool diffuser to have as an extra one in the bathroom. And I buy them from like other places for the bathroom. Or wherever, just to have extras laying around the house. But he goes, look at those oils, look at the big caution on the side of them. And so it's really important to understand and really educate, because if you're out there talking about, quiet down, of course it's crazy, you know, lavender, and someone goes and buys that lavender from, what is it, like Better Homes and Garden or whatever, TJ Maxx, whatever it is, and it says caution. So this is like a really good time to educate on that now too.
Yeah,
So
and it's
like, when you're talking to people about oils, talk about Seed to Seal. Don't talk about essential. Talk about why you use Young Living.
Yeah, and truthfully, I try not to use the word Seed to Seal because it just is a trademark slogan. I kind of explain, but some people don't get that. They're like, we only use Young Living because it's Seed to Seal, and if you're not in Young Living, everybody's like, Cracker Jack.
So go watch the Seed to Seal video in the Retail office, and you'll totally get it, and it'll give you the verbiage to use it. All right, I'm going to mute myself. This house is not. And I think we're over because it's 9 o'clock, and I think we only have 40 minutes, so I don't know if it's cut off our recording.
Yeah, it still says I'm recording, so I don't have a clue. I just want to add one thing to that Walmart thing. It's a perfect time to take a picture of something like that and that's what you share on your Facebook wall. And you can share a story and be like, I would never use this, or whatever you want to say. Or, you know, my heart stops thinking that, you know, I teach all these education classes, and my heart stops thinking that a mom might possibly walk in here and buy 75-cent frankincense, kind of thing. So, you know, it's okay to share stuff like that and say, you know, moms, please do yourself a favor and use something that doesn't have a caution sign on it. Let's talk, or whatever, you know, like, I'm always here to talk, or if you want to run something by me, or whatever, you know, like, if you choose to buy something else, that's up to you, but at least I'm putting it out there, kind of thing. So hope that helps you guys, and anybody who watches the recording gets something from this. I just have to figure out where it's saved and where to upload it. I think it goes to my computer. So we'll probably be putting this on YouTube or something like that. Or Drew was telling me Vimeo, I think he said. I don't know. Vimeo or YouTube. I think I can upload it to YouTube. It's probably the easiest for me. So we'll have a code to be able to log in to look at it, because it's our team special stuff. So hopefully you guys had fun on the call. And share and tell your friends. Oh, Linda's chiming in and talking via text. But we will keep you in the loop. Stay tuned. Comment, please. And anybody watching it later, we want you guys to comment too. So take care. Have a good night. And I'm going to stop recording. Take care.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.